Hey everybody, Scott and Scotty on the road in Yuma, Arizona, where the sun is plenty and the weather is beautiful, isn't it, Scotty?
Not to rub it in anyone's face.
Just a little.
I'm not.
No.
Because I know it's frigid back home.
Hey, posting up all those pictures is
Not
the
funny.
same thing. Showing all the beautiful weather out here. We've had a good time, haven't we?
So far, so good.
So far.
These people are good out here.
Covering a little sheet metal while we're out here. Modifieds. Winter Nationals.
Doorbangers put on a pretty good show last weekend.
It really was. It was pretty good, wasn't it?
There should be some more this weekend, so we'll have some IMCA madness. Been kind of a little bit like a fish out of water, but it's all the same thing.
You think
know?
people, you think they look at us like these sprint car guys here covering our race? You think they...
No.
Huh?
No.
What do you think?
Glad to have us. They were all very cordial, very nice, very polite.
They seemed like it.
Very glad to be willing to give up a couple minutes of their time, just like, you know, we've grown used to everybody being that way to us.
Couple of our Midwest guys will Ben Cates and Scott Drake, not looking too bad.
The little Jayhawker from Tonganoxie, Kansas. Good boy, super family, great people, very fast. I was paying attention to him the other night. Holds a pretty good wheel. He's pretty steady.
Yeah,
and
it'll be pretty good when he gets in a name on.
Scott Drake seems to be a seasoned veteran that's on top of what he's doing with his hands full. It's quite a blend of we kind of built it up a little bit last week as the West versus the Midwest with all the local Arizona guys and guys from over the border in California versus the guys back in Iowa, Nebraska. Sprinkle a couple of show me staters in there and you got a nice little showdown.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I tell you, I got to talk about our trip into, we were like yesterday, I guess yesterday was Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
We went into town, Scotty and I, we had a little downtime, and we decided we were going to go into town, and we've been going to all these little restaurants. First, let's talk about the restaurant, or the taco stand, as they like to call them, here in Yuma and Somerton. We went down to a place that couldn't be more than a mile from the border, and it was behind a building, and it looked like it was built in an old garage. Scotty, what'd you think of that place?
It was just down Highway 95 that way, over the hill, down into the valley of Somerton, right on the border, and no one speaking no English down there. It's all Mexicano, and it wasn't a taco shop or a taco cart. It was a taco garage. Dude was frying his shit up out in the garage with a big old spotlight, and then maybe like the living room had been converted into the dining area.
It was more like the dining room was the kitchen in the restaurant because the he just had a blowout. But the living room was right next to the where we were eating. But the great thing about it is Scotty at one point says, a little sour cream, little cheese, no sour cream, no cheese, no cheese, no sour cream,
nope. Just a little carne asada, hotter, and in fuego sauce, which none of which I don't do.
I had
any
all
of them. So, yeah, that was quite the experience. I sent my brother a text, a photo, and a text saying, "No, this is not a picture of Dad working on his snowplow in the garage. This is where I ate supper."
Yeah, it was good. But I will say, when we first rolled in there, Scotty was a little sketchy.
Very much so.
I was all in, but he was a little nervous.
I had eyes in the back of my head looking around.
I got to talk about yesterday, though. We went downtown. We went to Lutz Casino. They had a festival downtown, a market day downtown, and we kind of hung around with that. And then we went to Lutz Casino, and that was awesome, wasn't it? That was a throwback in time, back into the old Prohibition days. It kind of reminded me of.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. A little bit of Americana yesterday. The place, Lutz's Casino, apparently a landmark on Main Street, in historic.
Oldest billiard and domino parlor in the state of Arizona. So
for whatever that's worth. And then we went under the railroad tracks to the historic territorial prison. Hey, I'll be right back with you.
Scotty just had a blowout in his seat.
Second chair.
Yeah.
In as many
Did
minutes.
we mention that we just got done eating a big China buffet? Scotty, 4, maybe 5 plates into that deal.
I don't know about all that, but
yeah, I did.
I'm kind of having flashbacks.
So anyway, we went to the territorial prison yesterday, right?
Yeah.
How about that, man? How cool was that?
They let me out. We got out.
They locked us up momentarily there for a minute. Took our mug shots.
I'm kind of having flashbacks of the last time that we did a Scott and Scotty roadshow thing on a patio setting atmosphere.
At the 810 house in Phoenix?
Yeah, that was a bad day.
Well,
that was a bad day.
Unlike today, it's been a good day and it's been a good time. And I just want to, man, I got to finish on that territorial prison though. That was a neat deal. It
cool shit.
Opened up in 1875, closed in 1909. It had a total of barely over 3,000 prisoners over the course of that entire time. And these cells were outside with just steel doors on them, cages. They were tunnels cut into the mountainside, basically. And there were 6 of them in a 15 by 15 cell. And all they had for a toilet was a bucket. And 2 of the inmates died over the course of those 30 years by rattlesnake bites.
And 20 or so of them escaped, including me and him. You can catch the rest of it on Google.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, pretty cool stuff. If you ever get to the Yuma, Arizona area, it's a must-see.
It was pretty cool. All right, so we got sheet metal again this weekend, 3rd annual IMCA Winter Nationals right here at Yuma and Kokopah. We're going to do that, but then we're really cranked up for February 28th, March 1st, the ASCS National Tour, Lucas Oil National Tour. We'll be back at it doing pay-per-view for that. I can't wait to see some sprint cars, bud.
If you ain't flipping her on fire, you ain't got your foot in it. Bring it on out to the desert. Big hello to Mr. Greg Burgess, and great job for everything you're doing.
Thanks for having
us. The highway over there at the old Kokopah Speedway, and a big hello and thank you to these fine folks that putting us up here for a month.
As well as Speedway Motors for sponsoring us coming out here. We couldn't have done it without them. Kyle Yardley, you're great, man. Appreciate it. All right, Scott, see you later.